Hi, friends, welcome back to Cat's Chat, the critical thinking channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today is just going to be a short catch up video of last night's Lolcow bus. I've had my suspicions for a while that the reason they picked Fupa cheese is because there's something she's done that they're going to bring up to make quote unquote detractors look as mental as they are. And as we've seen in my previous videos, some of them are a little bit unhinged and have got way too close to Amber's actual life. Um, so in this one, basically Scooter goes in onto Fupa cheese more than Amberlyn. He does seem to like glaze Amberlyn quite a lot. I think he's been told to do that by Keem. I think there's a specific reason Fupa was chosen as the host, and there is speculation that she was already chosen before all of this went down, which is very interesting. So in this, she was just yelling and screaming. Amber and her were yelling and screaming over each other, and I only watched a bit of the apathetic facts one, and I was just like, "This is way too much. It's just really overstimulating." And it just makes me feel like a crazy person when I watch it. So, I watched a little bit of it, and I like the impression I got was that they were setting up Fupa from the beginning. So it turns out Fupa was messaging a guy called Rev, who was part of a show called Shani and Rev. And they had a massive bust up. He allegedly kicked an autistic child in the head. There was a lot of domestic violence going on, a lot of toxic back and forth between him and Shani. They're both not great people, both not great parents, in my opinion, and it was just all very, very messy. And allegedly, Fupa Cheese was sending him food and messaging him in the middle of the breakup with Shani. And it was even suggested by someone that he go and stay with Fupa while he was looking for a place. Now, if that's not touching the poo, I don't know what is. And I think that's why they chose her, because they all, well, Keem, mainly Keem, would have researched the hosts a lot more before they came on. He would have wanted them to have a controversy. And also, it kind of, like I said before, it does make the reactors in general look more unhinged if they get a reactor to be a host that does stuff like this, like touching the poo. Um, and that's probably part of the reason a lot of reactors won't go up there. Like, they're all saying it's because they're better than this and that and the other, but I actually think because, as we've seen in my previous videos of Rachel and Snowflake and everybody else, they've all been touching the poo, they've all got skeletons in their closets, and it will all come out in the LCU, and it could destroy their channels. I wouldn't cry about it if something happened to Snowflake, I'm not going to lie, but that's the reason that they're not actually going up on that panel, like, in my opinion. And that makes a lot more sense to me than them just not wanting to go on and have a go at Amber. Like, Amber is quite cocky that they don't want to be up there because they're afraid of her, but no, it's because they know they have dirt, and LCU seems to be very good at fishing people's dirt out in general. So the distraction now off Amber is that Fupa Cheese helped somebody who's with food and support after it happened. There was a text message that she showed between her and Rev, and it was dated Saturday, like the Saturday just gone. So she's still been talking to him for quite a while since, which is completely messed up. Like, I don't condone that behavior at all. To support a child, like someone who hurts children, especially autistic children, it's an absolute no from me. And it's disgusting behavior, and she's kind of framing it, well, I need to be nice to him if I want the tea and the information. Very Rachel coded, that is. And it just goes to show that a lot of them are the same in the way they approach these people, and when they do come to touching the poo, it's like very manipulative to do that. And also, it was very dangerous to get involved in something like that, especially with unhinged people online, because you don't know what they know or what they could do either. You don't know what kind of hatred you're sending to them, and then you don't know what kind of hatred you're sending to yourself. It's a very dangerous game, in my opinion. But yeah, so Fupa cheese went under fire a lot. It went round and round and round and round, the same conversation over and over and over again, which is something that you must be aware right now. I don't deal with very well. Um, but yeah, people weren't letting up on Amber either. They were still very much like, we want answers for Emily. We want you to tell the truth about what's going on with Emily and her fetish and stuff. So maybe like tonight they'll get back on track and talk about Amber. But there was a lot of glazing from Scooter about Amber, and they were both ganging up on Fupa, um, which was very interesting. So Scooter seems to be taking the sweet tea position and glazing Amber a lot more. And Amber does seem to be getting away with a lot more things than everybody else, like with the dares and stuff that they do. Amber's like won't do it. Yeah, she gets a lot of special treatment, and that was mentioned as well in the chat and in like from Fupa as well. So I don't know if that's all going to change now. Like now everybody's clocked it. Whether Keem's going to be like, right, you need to start being a bit harsher with Amber. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, this was just a little catch up video. I hope everybody's okay. I am really excited because I'm nearly at the 350 mark of subscribers. I have hit both of my goals with views and amount of videos put up to be monetized, and I need to get to 500 subscribers to be monetized. So we're almost at 350, which I'm really excited about, but the subscriber count is the last goal. So if you do watch my videos and haven't subscribed, please, please, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you here, and I would love to have the support on my channel, and I really appreciate the support I already have. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye.